Hey.
For you.
Hello, welcome back to my channel.
This channel is my channel. This channel is your channel.
Well, okay, that was our intro. Hi.
Cool.
This is a video where we're going to be eating.
That.
It's a mukbang.
Sure.
If you don't want to watch, don't. Anyway, so we are gathered here today to kind of just chat about our
journey.
Our journey and why we're here, but like
because we're here, because we're here, because we're here.
So we've had a few questions as to like how we became friends and why we're moving across the country together and what it is about our household that kind of makes it work and be awesome. Yes.
Maybe we should start from the beginning.
Okay, so you want to introduce yourselves?
Hello everyone. Welcome. My name is Chloe.
I'm Michaela.
And Abigail.
We're moving
And collectively,
we're
Chloe-gale.
yes, we're moving to Chicago.
We just graduated from college, some of us more recently than others.
We're actually sitting on campus right now.
2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Very
2 days ago.
recently. We're fresh out. We've been living together for the past 4 years, except for that 1 year that Abigail was living in Japan that we don't talk about. And we're moving across the country together despite not being in college. So we decided to sit down and explain our very unique situation and our very unusual take on being roommates.
Yeah. Thank you for that introduction. I'm here for this.
I'm here for
As
this.
I wave my turkey around. Okay, so the first thing we decided to talk about is how we met. How did we meet?
Well, okay, so Michaela and I met
Okay.
first.
We did, yeah.
We are alumni of Western Washington University. Ooh, that's a big word. And they have,
And it's what you learned at college.
that's what I learned in college, okay? And they have like this, it's like a creepy like online dating site without pictures. It's this website where you can find a roommate like when you're going to live in the dorms.
It's not creepy. It's
a
run
it's
by
help-
it's
it's
run by
helpful.
the university.
Anyway,
The important part is that it's high stakes because you have to decide to live with someone.
and you can't
Yeah.
see their picture, which is kind of weird.
And then that's how they met. And then I think, did you both meet during that summer before freshman year?
Mhm. So like you put up your profile on there like that says your likes and dislikes and like your patterns and habits and stuff.
Things that don't end up mattering at all, really,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part.
So we messaged each other and we were the only people we messaged on that site. And we were like,
No, I messaged someone before you.
oh, but they
But
didn't
they
reply.
didn't reply.
Yeah.
Friendly.
Or no, one of them was really rude.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can I have a
I
knife?
don't remember what they said.
That was good context. I just want to stab some sausages.
Yeah, so we
Yoga.
decided to live with each other.
Yeah.
And then we started messaging on Facebook. I've actually scrolled through our chats.
It's still there. It's not that far back.
No,
We don't message each other on Facebook
we mostly
anymore.
just talk in the group chat. So yeah, we messaged each other.
We decided where we wanted to live.
I was like, yo, I'm gluten free. Can we have a place with a kitchen? And Michaela was like, yes, I will
Sure.
be lovely and accommodating. Which is a really good predictor for how the rest of our relationship goes. I'm like, I need something, and she's like, okay.
I wasn't going to go to college. And then my dad talked me into looking at Western as an option slash kind of a idea for where I could go in the future, not necessarily like right after graduating high school. But once I visited, I decided that it seemed like a great place. And I registered right away, like super duper late. I think it was,
The last day to apply?
it was after.
Oh.
Yeah. Then I got in, so that was good. And then I got my last choice of dorm.
Really?
Yeah, it was my last choice. But it's funny because it was the one dorm out of all of my choices that I hadn't ever looked at. So I just assumed that it was not a good one, so I just slapped it down on the list. But then I show up the first day, and I met you first, right? Or
In my moving dress?
I have no recollection.
I'm pretty sure it was me. And you thought I was a bitch because I was moving in a dress.
Not a bitch. I just,
Well, then-
I pegged you as a kind of preppy, like cheerleadery person. And then you started talking and I realized that wasn't true. Because you were super like dorky and friendly right off the bat. With your like funny way of talking and like super spastic movements.
Actually,
I remember your mom helped us clean out the dorm. Like scrub everything down.
I don't remember that. Was
Oh.
I there?
I don't
I
know.
might
Yeah,
have been
I'm pretty
like,
sure-
moving my stuff in or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I met first. because your mom had cleaned, and then you came later, I'm pretty sure.
And then we were best friends and lived happily ever after.
Not really. So, skipping forward a little bit.
But actually,
Yeah,
Almost.
kind of. Yeah. We decided, like, right off the bat that we were gonna be reasonable people to each other. Because at freshman orientation, they tell you things like, talk to your roommates if there's problems, make a list of things that each of you should do, figure out who's taking out the garbage.
Yeah, from day one, we've always had really clear, like, open communication about, like,
did
expectations.
we write up a contract freshman year?
No.
No, we just,
We
had
just
a chore
talked about
schedule.
it. Yeah. So since freshman year worked out so well, we decided to, well, you two were deciding to go and live in an apartment together, but I had decided to study abroad in Japan for my sophomore year.
I remember you, like,
Did we ever actually we talked about you moving in with us afterwards,
Oh
right?
yeah, no, that
Okay.
was like the plan. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave, but then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna live with you both again. But like the whole year that I was there, we didn't keep up that much.
I think you two FaceTimed like twice.
Yeah.
And I was there.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah, but like we didn't really talk that much.
No.
and I watched your vlog.
It was as if you had talked to me.
Yeah.
Because we would talk and then be like, oh wait, we already know about that. And then I came back and it just happened to work out for us to, or for me to move in.
I don't think just happened is the right way to say that.
That was just always the plan.
We carefully planned
Yeah,
it and
that's true.
orchestrated it.
That's true, that's true. It just
Things don't just work out for us. We plan them so that they work out.
So then we had like 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of junior year. 2 weeks? Like a week?
It was like 2 weeks.
Where we were at the apartment by ourselves.
I was a little nervous because we weren't that close at all. Like
Michaela, I like to call her the hidden gem. She just
Okay.
takes a little while to get to know, and she goes for quality over quantity whenever she says stuff.
But those 2 weeks were pretty big for both of us since we were just like
Pivotal.
in each other's space the whole time. And we got to be friends during that time, which was cool.
We watched like
A lot of
a
stuff
lot
together.
of TV shows.
So, in like spring of last year, my industry is computer science. My major, well, I studied computer science and math in college. Past tense. And in Techland, you can get a job months before you actually want to start working. Like, one of my professors said that you should start looking for a job like 9 months before you want to start working or so. So I knew that I would. There was pretty it was pretty likely that I would have a job months before we were done, like months before we graduated, and I thought it was pretty likely that I wouldn't end up somewhere nearby. So spring of junior year, I was like, hey fam, if I get a job by December of next year, will you move with me? And they were like,
We were like, yeah,
Yes, please.
sure.
and I got an internship
During
working
the summer.
in Chicago in cybersecurity, and I got a return offer for that job.
I'm worried about the wind.
And
Well,
so
first we came and visited you.
yeah, you did.
Yeah,
We
during
came
the
over
summer.
the summer. Yeah, we spent the whole summer in the apartment.
Yeah, we worked in Bellingham throughout the summer.
And we went to Chicago for a week.
Yep. That was really fun. That was a good trip to kind of see the area, but we didn't actually know at that point that we'd be moving to Chicago. We just knew that, like,
Yeah, I hadn't gotten the official return offer, but I was pretty sure I was going to get it at that point. And
But
There
you
were-
weren't sure where.
Yeah,
and
we
there were a
had-
couple
we had
of
looked
cities
into,
we've
like-
been in.
like New York and California, or like LA, and we even
North
kind of talked
Carolina?
about London a little bit.
We did talk about London.
That was a
always
nice
long
idea.
shot, yeah.
I
Maybe
would still like
someday.
to go to London.
I would love
London
to.
Would be great.
Yeah.
So by that point we decided we were moving wherever.
Wherever I got a job.
I just didn't know when I personally would be going because originally I was planning to go teach English in Japan for a year or so with the JET program. But in November of 2017, I decided to scrap the idea of going to Japan.
You miss us too.
I would miss you way too much. Yep. And Chicago just sounded like a much better option, especially for like this point in my life. Personally, I had some people around me being like, "Are you really gonna go to Chicago?" And I was like, "Watch me."
Yeah, everybody keeps asking how you talked us into it. And we're like,
I know. They're like, "How'd she do that?" And I was like, "She
just
didn't."
drug them.
Okay, so let's talk about the moving situation. How have things been going
they started going well by deciding we were going to move to Chicago, and then I ended up going there for a conference during spring break. So I just took a couple extra days and hung out in some Airbnbs and looked for an apartment, which was kind of hard because it was months before we were going to move.
Yeah, nobody wanted to rent an apartment.
They really didn't.
They were like,
Months
oh yeah,
before.
you can look at our apartment. When are you looking to move in? July?
Okay,
Oh,
bye.
no.
Yeah.
Go find someone else. You're
Try
not going to find
again in
anything.
June.
And we're like,
I won't be here in June. Thanks.
yeah.
But so we
We
looked
found a
at
place.
several-
It was like one of the first places we looked at too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we loved
Way
it.
before, probably back in February.
Something like that.
And it's a nice place. It's twice as big.
It's
It
across the
has
street from a
windows.
park.
We're
There's
gonna get a
like a
dog.
deck and a porch in the front and the back.
And so for the past few weeks, we've been
Preparing to migrate.
scrambling.
But also it's been finals, so it's been crazy.
Yeah, and graduation.
We had a joint party.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Did you
really
film
fun.
any of that?
Did I film the party?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Organizing that was work.
It was
Ordeal.
work.
It went really well.
And yeah, so that was really fun to just mingle with each other's families and say goodbye to a lot of people because we were leaving in 12 days. So,
It seems so long, and yet at the same time we would just sleep on the floor.
We're like ready to go right now. We could
Pretty
leave
much.
today, and it would be fine.
the video after this is going to be our packing and taking off video, so that'll be fun. Parts of it are already filmed.
We should address like what makes it work.
Yeah,
I think
a
so.
big-
We've talked about our timeline, but why is it, Chloe, that we work so well together?
Well, Abigail, that's a great question, and I think it's
A grid
complicated.
a very grid
A
question.
good question. Talking is also good. I think there's a lot of factors that go into us being a functional partnership, trioship. One thing that goes into it is our personalities. We're all very like chill. Not just chill, we're like very logical, reasonable people. These two more than me are also very creative. I feel like we're all like close to 50-50, like left brain, right brain, if you want to think about it like that. I know it's fake, but whatever. But we're like pretty balanced in that way, and we all value like this relationship with each other like pretty highly, which means that we all pretty equally invest in it. Like we're good at creating balance with each other. Like I might not do all the dishes for a couple days because I'm stressed with school or something, and someone else might end up picking up my slack, but then there might be a giant pile of dishes from somebody else and I'll do all of them because I have time. And like
Or make phone calls that we don't want to make.
it's true. House extrovert here to open
Yeah.
your doors and call people on the phone.
I also think that it's good that we all get along like in pairs.
Yes. Yeah, we don't all have to be.
There's no like, ugh, I have to hang out with Abigail today. Like having
We're
those.
really good at talking
Communication.
about things preventatively.
That's
Yeah.
true. We are good planners. We are all good planners, and we all plan like similar ways out, and we all have enough empathy to be like, oh, you don't like that? Okay, I guess we won't do that.
Yeah, like it's not just planning or just wondering or thinking about the future. It's taking each other's ideas and thoughts and like preferences into consideration and kind of shaping what we're going to do with that information.
Abigail doesn't like lavender. I'm gonna cry a little on the inside, but I will
Yeah, me too.
refrain from lavender unless she's out of town for the next while.
I'm sorry.
You and I can just sniff it in secret.
Ew.
Lavender.
You're going to come back and I'm be like,
You pulled out the lavender bottle again, didn't you? But I think that like really helps because we've been like splitting our grocery bill for the past several years, where like
Since freshman year, for the
Yeah.
two of us at least.
yeah, so like someone goes to the grocery store and brings home a block of cheese, and we split the cost for the block of cheese
We
three-way.
split everything.
we split everything unless
Except
it's gluten-free
Chloe bread.
or if it's wheat.
Glutinous.
We just said the synonyms for everything.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
It's not a
Wheat.
diet. My stomach rejects gluten.
And it's byproducts.
Yes. All the things.
Wheat and wheat byproducts. Wheat and wheat byproducts.
Yeah.
We're also
Okay.
varying levels of very annoyingly pedantic.
Yeah.
But
what
we
you get
entertain
for being a
ourselves, so
nerd.
it's
Yeah, like it's not annoying, it's
a
funny.
nerd. Which one of us are you referring to?
I think another like key factor that we've like very much developed over the years is like we all take care of each other really well and like support each other a lot. Like I don't know, something that comes to mind is, man, was it spring quarter of last year that you did this? I was having a bad time, and you left me like chocolate and a note on my pillow.
I've done that a couple times.
Yeah, you
but
have.
I think
I didn't know about that.
Really?
I don't think so.
Or like I'll come home from like a really long day at like the lab or something, and there'll be like a container of food in the fridge with my name on it, and my love language is definitely food. And like coming home to food that's homemade just makes my heart very happy.
explain
We
why.
finished dinner.
Oh,
yeah, we
yes.
moved our stuff.
Yeah, food is done.
We are both of food and of love.
That's so cheap. So what were we talking about?
I have ADHD, which makes me extra fun to live with.
Yes.
I'm an adventure and a half.
A good adventure.
Yep.
It's like rolling a dice. You never know what you're gonna get.
It's funny though, because I don't think about it like a challenge.
I really don't either, honestly. It's just a thing. It's just part of
Yeah.
who you are.
Well, we were saying earlier that like you guys come with your own challenge, which is being introverts, which I also don't think of as a challenge. But we all have our own special
Fair.
quirks. Although I kind of feel like my ADHD is sometimes extra fun because I am a little bit of a disaster, and sometimes you are cleaning things up and you find a moldy banana peel that I've abandoned. Bailey found one of those
Or just like random
last week.
bowls in your
In
corner.
your trail.
Yes. Or just like
And mugs.
random things.
Nutella spoons.
Chip bags.
Just an empty bottle of
Oh,
Nutella
no.
or jar.
Oh no! Oh no! It begins. Keep going.
It's fine though, because like again, the whole balance thing, like yes, your ADHD prohibits you from doing some things sometimes.
It does not prohibit.
Not prohibit.
Causes you to do
Causes
things
you to do
sometimes.
things.
Yeah. I kind of believe that regardless of my mental state, I'm responsible for my actions and the things that I do. I'm just bad at being responsible for them sometimes.
That's
And you
fair.
guys are very patient with me while I'm taking responsibility for them.
Patience, young Padawan.
These two have much patience.
But like, I mean, while you have that about you, we're not great at talking to other people. So
I do that for you.
yeah, balance is key.
Or actually going out of the apartment. Not for school or work.
Yeah.
I'm good at having those ideas. Hey, hey, hey! You wanna go kayaking
In 20 minutes?
right now?
And Mikhail's like, no.
No.
They
Give
need
me more warning.
Forewarning.
than that.
Dealing with stress, we haven't really talked a lot about that.
Oh, just like the whole like moving thing and teamwork stuff. That's what we're
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We're knocking it out of the park.
We're doing good. We had to move basically everything we own into a big U-Haul moving pod box thing
Well, before
yesterday.
that, we had to move
video.
all
Yeah.
of our not taking with us crap into my dad's truck and then
Haul it.
haul it. When, by we, I mean really Abigail and my dad, because I was running around doing meetings and yeah.
You were at work, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday.
Like then yesterday we spent all day packing our pod.
Like literally all day. I think we spent 8 or 9 hours.
It was so much
It was
fun.
more,
Wow,
I
wow, wow.
It was more than that.
So much fun.
I mean,
It probably was by
we
the
were
end of it.
boxing stuff up before the box.
That's
the
true.
pod got delivered, so it was probably 12 or 15 hours.
Yeah,
together.
it was a long
It was
day,
a long day, and then we had to sleep on the floor.
which we get to remain, where we get to remain. We've been handling it really well, honestly. Like
Yeah, we work together as a team really well, and I feel like we've known that for a long time, but it's been really fun during this move to like watch how functional we are in stressful situations and how we're really good at just like leveraging each other to like get what needs to be done.
and like
very
listening to
effectively.
each other if someone needs either a break or like something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like having some sort of like awareness for how the other people are feeling.
We've
throughout
developed
the
very
whole
good
thing.
psychic links for each other, and we don't need to talk anymore.
It's true.
It's like the animals from Avatar. with
Oh
the,
yeah, with their like
tentacles.
connectors. Yeah, we just go like this and they'll connect.
Here,
Just
we're
look at
just like,
someone and we're like, that's not something you're happy about.
Yeah.
It's true. We
But
did
then
that
we were also
today.
talking about earlier about not letting each other's stress.
Seep onto each other.
Yeah.
And that's both
Yeah.
like us individually containing our stress and other people like not being like, oh, you're stressed, so I'm gonna be stressed too.
Well, that and also being like able to, well, when one person is stressed, the other two generally aren't, or not to the same degree. The other thing is that like neutralizing the stress is something that we do. You know what I mean?
We are each other's support system.
And if we have a problem with each other, we
go,
talk about
hello, I have problem.
it. We don't let it simmer.
Here's the thing about found family is like you all choose to be there,
Yeah.
which is not something that happens in blood family.
Mhm.
And I feel like when you make that choice very consciously, you also probably consciously are like, this is the kind of family I'd like to have. And think this is like collectively the type of relationship I'd like to have. The type of relationship Abigail has with the camera is paranoia.
Anyway, so that's kind of all we wanted to explain,
Basically,
I guess.
We really like living with each other. We work really well together. And we're moving across the country together.
And we hope that you enjoy.
And come with us on our journey.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.